Gym culture is toxic. Let me explain why. The reason why I stopped going to the gym, and this was quite some time ago, is I'm gonna be honest, it started out with the fact that it was just too expensive. Well, not necessarily too expensive, but I felt like the price was just not worth it anymore. Um, so back in the day, a gym membership, like in the cheapest gym, as far as I remember, it was like 20 $20 a month ish, 199 kronor. Um, and It's acceptable. I don't think it's that expensive back in the day. Then they increased it with, so what was it, 399. But there is one more thing that kind of annoyed me, and that was the fact that um, you see, I love to hang out in the free weight section where you could do almost like powerlifting slash calisthenics, right? You know, like squats, deadlifts, pull ups, muscle ups, ring workouts. It was really good. That area, and also they had a sled next to it. That area was often booked by like for group sessions. So they would take a lot of people and just shove 99% of the gym in one corner. That would be super annoying, and I hated it. I'm thinking like, bro, these people never. I don't see much results. Like they're not getting stronger. The fat ones are not getting thinner, and the thin ones are not getting more muscular. You know what I mean? You know, it's. I mean, is it really that hard to use artificial intelligence, print out a schedule, or have it on your phone? You can screenshot it, and a diet plan, and that's it. Like you don't even need a personal trainer anymore. And on top of that, there's amples and amples of information on the internet, like Google, YouTube, you name it. So yeah, that was super annoying. Um, and the second reason that I can come to think of was the women. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm gonna catch a lot of shit for this. But yes, the women would absolutely dress in the most tightest of tightest yoga pants. Um, and I don't like that. I'll be real with you. One of the reasons why I dislike that, besides the fact that I feel like a lot of these broads have no self-respect, is the fact that these gyms have this policy that you can't work out shirtless. But these women, they're more or less working out without pants, you could say. And that right there to me was kind of like the hypocrisy is just outstanding. So if I have the chance to bail out from this establishment or the gym industry, so to speak, in and of itself, then I'm gonna do it. Yeah, and all in all, I felt the atmosphere was in the gyms in general. I don't know. They're not. It's not like a raw atmosphere. You know, I'm not feeling. It just doesn't scream testosterone. In that sense, this is why I love military style calisthenics. Uh, because it is very militant. I like that. You know, I watched a lot of like these prison workouts and shit, and it is very barbaric. You're in this small little cell, and it's you against the world. You know, you work out for survival, you work out for functionality, and I really dig that. Are there men in there in the gym in the gym that were weird? Sure, I don't deny that. There was like this one guy I remember. He was this was hilarious. I think he was some kind of a bodybuilder. Not sure if he was on steroids or not. I don't remember, but he did these like weird poses in the locker room, and he was like huffing and puffing. And I get it. If you're a bodybuilder, you got to work on your poses. Although I don't like bodybuilding, uh, but like, why do you have to do them there in front of all of us? It was kind of weird to me. Like, that was a bit strange for me. But that's the only person that I spontaneously can think of that I have seen that's done some like extra weird shit. No, actually, one more. There was like this short fight between two guys, I remember. One of them accused the other one of smelling bad. And then they started a fight and wrestle or something. It was over quite quickly. Nobody really got harmed, but still. But that's about it. I think one incident as well, but this was between me and a woman. She was a quite good looking woman at that, very fit, but she was also one of those girls that love to have like the tightest, yoga pants on. But she had been using one spot in the corner of the gym that me and my friends wanted to use for like a sparring session, right? But her and her friends were using it for God knows how long. But we did other things in between, and she and her friends didn't pick up after themselves. So I asked her politely, "Can you pick this up, please? Like, we're And she said, "Are you working here?" and all that. We started, go a little bit back and forth, but I just left. I left the situation. I didn't want to pursue it any further. She got even angrier though, but it's fine. She didn't do much. What is she gonna do, But that's the main reasons that I can think of why I don't like the gym culture. It's just very sexualized, expensive, overpopulated, overcrowded. I don't see any like point of going there unless I'm like, if I would start, let's say, competing in martial arts, and my coach is telling me, "Oh, you need to go to the gym for this and that reason." Okay, fuck it, I'll do it, no problem. But I'm not a competitive athlete in that sense. So for me, weighted calisthenics / military calisthenics, or calisthenics in general, works for now. I like to work out in my living room as well. I have a power tower, so and it's very functional, and even if you look at the content you see on social media, what a lot of men and women post, men versus women, when it comes to the fitness industry thing, I've noticed that women love to thirst trap when it comes to their gym videos or TikToks and whatever, whilst the men, they usually show off some kind of a skill or or dietary stuff. But for the women, they can do that too, but it's gotta be that hypersexual stuff on top of that. That's what I've noticed. So yeah, I hope you liked the video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.